Hi guys, and welcome to the final decision. This is where Tiger Analysis explores the split-second calls, the controversy, and the evolving world of football officiating. I'm Andy, and today I'm tackling the big one: VAR versus the on-field referee. Who is really in charge? So, during this analysis, I'll put forward my views and opinions, and at the end, we'll ask you to cast your thoughts and your final decision on the subject. So, let's rewind to a time before VAR, a time when every big decision rested entirely on the referee's shoulders. No replays, no tech, just the whistle, the eyes, and the pressure. Sounds like a dream, but is it? Let's break it down. The on-field referee is the game's central figure. They control the match, enforce the rules, and handle the chaos on the pitch, all in real time. They feel the atmosphere, the tension, and the fury. VAR, on the other hand, sits away from the action, calm and detached. They don't blow the whistle, they whisper advice. They review goals, penalties, red cards, and cases of mistaken identity. Here's the difference. The referee sees it live, no pause, no replay, one angle, one shot. VAR, on the other hand, watches the same incident from 15 angles in super slow motion. They have more time and more tools to get it right. But here's the kicker. VAR can't make the final call. They only recommend a review. Even after going to the monitor, the referee still decides. I'm not so sure that it actually what happens. I think he's influenced by the decision to send him to the monitor, and particularly with offsides, that's done by Stockley Park. However, it takes some getting used to for referees particularly, but I just think that they are influenced by VAR, in my opinion. So who's better? VAR offers accuracy. It reduces clear and obvious errors, like offsides or handballs that went unnoticed. But the referee offers speed, flow, control, presence. VAR delays the game, it creates suspense, and sometimes it just feels sterile. Meanwhile, the referee keeps things moving, but can get it wrong under pressure. Let's talk pressure. VAR sits in a quiet room, no players yelling, no crowd roaring. They have time. The referee, they're in the storm. Every decision gets challenged. They're managing not just the game, but the players. And when the monitor comes up, all eyes shift. Looks alone. But remember, that final decision is still, according to the rules, the referees. Think about this moment. Incident in the FA Cup final, Crystal Palace versus Manchester City, Saturday last. Haaland threw on Henderson, then inexplicably Henderson pats the ball away from Haaland, preventing him from bearing down on the 6-yard box with the possibility of scoring. Everybody stops. This is just a formality, surely. Henderson will be sent off for a handball outside his area. Free kick to Manchester City. Bit of a delay, changing the goalkeepers, etc. In real time, the referee, with no assistance from the assistant referee, leaves this to VAR. We wait for the requisite minutes for the two officials at Stockley Park to make what we all know is going to be the easiest decision of the afternoon so far. But wait, no decision of what we've just discussed took place. Henderson did not receive a red card. There was no free kick to Manchester City, and nothing happened. How clear does it have to be? So, VAR or the referee? It's not a battle, they say. It's a partnership. VAR is there to assist, not replace. But balancing precision with passion, that's the challenge football is still working on. The referee brings the human side, VAR brings the digital eye. And in my opinion, this was a shocking decision and did no good whatsoever. It actually questions its existence and its use. I really am flabbergasted, as I'm sure a lot of other people were. Together, VAR and the referee are reshaping the game. Is that the decision for better? Is that decision better for the game? I'm not so sure. If you've ever shouted at your TV or held your breath during a VAR check, you know how much is at stake. So tell me, trust the man with the whistle or the tech behind the screen? Hold that thought. Another area I'd like to bring your attention to is the linesman or assistant referee giving a late flag. I've always thought this was very contentious, as instead of giving the offside immediately, then the player would stop, free kick given, on we go. They wait until the move has broken down, which could be a good 15 seconds after the offside incident. And in this particular case, Awanyayi, who plays for Nottingham Forest, collided with the goalpost during that period between the offside and the flag going up. It was a serious injury. It was an abdominal injury which he suffered, and in fact he had to be induced into a coma for him to recover. Now this is scandalous. We all knew and saw that he was in an offside position, therefore going through the motions and waiting for the incident to be completed was a waste of time. And this player was unnecessarily injured. Now, linesmen are instructed to flag this way. When I was a referee and an assistant referee, we flagged when we thought the game should stop for an offside in particular. The referee would make a decision based on the information he was given and would either play on if he disagreed, or he would blow the whistle and an offside indirect free kick would be given to the defending team. This wasn't the case in this situation, and quite frankly was another shocking decision whereby the linesman, his decision making is taken out of his control. To my mind, if VAR is used to only give the decisions to advise the referee for offsides, penalty kicks, etc., then develops into like Wimbledon, where the Hawkeye talks about ball being out of play or crossing the line, then these assistant referees will barely be needed and will become redundant. Is that better for the game? I suggest not. And this particular instruction to assistant referees, in my view, should be curtailed. It is ruining the game, and players will and have get injured, and maybe more seriously than the Forest player did in this particular case. And finally, I think we fans should be consulted about continuing with VAR. I watch most of my football in the Championship, which is far more enjoyable. If a goal is scored and no flag is raised, the goal stands. End of. That's the key, in my opinion, and enjoyment coupled with success is what it's all about. Excuse me. Now, if you disagree, that's fine, but please voice your thoughts in the comments below, and we can have a strong debate on this particular subject. If you like my video, please like and subscribe, and like I've said, Let's have some comments and let's get a healthy debate on the subject. And maybe with enough support, we could get a change to what I think is ruining the Premier League. And we do not want it in the lower divisions of the EFL.